Hello, good afternoon everyone. Myself Mohammad Mohyuddin. As you know, I am taking your subject of power plant engineering. Today we are discussing about your unit 1, introduction part of power plant engineering. So let we start. Power plant engineering, unit 1. First of all, we have to know what is power plant engineering. Power plant engineering is also known as power station of engineering. Is a division of power engineering and is defined as the engineering and the technology required for a production of central station electric power. Basically, power plant engineering is also known as power station engineering. Wherever the energy required for the production or manufacturing or the aircraft or also winds, electricity, steams, nuclear. At the time of moment we have to generate the power. So not only this household power, we have to generate the huge amount of power. That's why the power plant engineering we are introducing for that purpose only. The power plant engineering is also known as power station engineering. Basically, what is the definition? The engineering and technology. Whatever the techniques of engineering and the technology required for the production. Wherever you go, the central station required for production, technology and engineering for the purpose of electric power. The field is only for focusing. The power plant engineering is only for focusing for the generation of power. How the generating of power and where we have to generate the power. For as per the industries, as per the communities, this is not for household power production. Different types of power plant engineerings are there and power plant energy generations are there. If some industries require the nuclear energy, so that time we have to generate the nuclear power plant, hydroelectric power plant, coal fire power plant, diesel fire power plant, geothermal power plant, gas fire power plant, solar power plant and wind power plant. These are the different types of power stations for the purpose of to generating the energy. Okay, next we will discuss what is energy. We are already know about energy and we will discuss already about this energy in previous chapters or in previous subjects, and the basic definition of energy, law of the conservation of energy neither be created or nor be destroyed, but it convert from one form to another form. So we already know. Here what we are discussing about the energy, we are discussing about some different types of energy level, like electric energy is. So here we are discussing about the electric energy is an essential gradient for an industrial and all around development of any country. Wherever you go, is there any development or is there any production is there you will be find definitely electric energy. Without electric energy there is no development for the industrial purpose. So that's why it's only prefer one of the following advantage. Can be generated centrally in bulk. We can generate bulk amount of production with the help of electric energy. We can generate the bulk amount of product components also with the help of electric energy. Can be easily economically transported from one place to another over a long distance. We can easily transfer the energy of electric energy from one place to another place. Losses in transportations are minimum. So someone is thinking about that by the transferring energy from one place to another, electric energy. Maybe it may be the transportation loss is there. Yeah, it may be. Yes, transportation loss will be there, but the minimum, not maximum, can be easily subdivided. We can divide the subdivisions also. Can be adapted easily and efficiently to domestic and mechanical work. We can electrical energy is adapting easily and efficiently for any domestical work and mechanical work. Like mechanical work, if we want to or else we can say that the mechanical work for electrical energy, electrical bikes are there, or else electrical motors are there. Induction motor, with the help of electricity, induction motors will run. Like that, different types of motors are there. If we want to run that motors, we should supply of energy. Either maybe it may be either fuel energy is different, but if we are supplying electrical energy, that's also comfortable for any running of any motor. Electrical energy is obtained conventionally by conversion from a fossil fuel. Electric energy is obtained conventionally by conversion from fossil fuel like coal, oil, natural gas. With the help of coal and oil and natural gas, electric energy we can easily obtain. The nuclear and hydro sources also. If we are generating the heat energy or releasing by burning of fossil fuel or by a fusion of nuclear material, it's directly converted to electricity. If the fossil fuel is burned, it seems the heat energy is released. Or by fusion of nuclear material, the converting of electricity, by the first converting heat energy to the mechanical form through the thermocycle. Like the thermocycle, as you know the thermocycle, what is thermocycle? That's the thermocycle is seems here the converting of electricity from first converting heat energy and after that mechanical form. Next, thermocycle is basically low efficient process, and here the high efficient for modern large size plant. In that modern or large size plant, the range of thermocycle is 40%, while the small plant has a considerable lower efficiency. The earth has fixed non-replenished resources of fossil fuel and nuclear material, hydroelectric energy. So replenishable is also limited in terms of power. Like if we in the view, if we are viewing in the view of ever increasing per capita energy consumption and exponential rising population. If some country or some places maybe the popular and everywhere you can go, the for the period of like 2 years or 1 year, the population will increase in any state or city or urban areas or rural area. There, so if the population increase or some migrating peoples are came, so at the time of when the city area electricity should be more, and should be more because of the population is increasing. So at the time of moment we have to considering the electricity from the electricity department to generate more and supply also. The earth non-replenishable fuel resources are not likely to last for a long time. Energy supply to humidity. These are the energy we are supplying for the purpose of to control or to relaxation of human comfort at low economic cost. Basically, the electric bill is whatever the electric bills are coming from our home, from the government department, that is a low cost and that is sufficient for the human. The following factors, but we have to know the following factors need to consider the action to be taken accordingly. Four following factors are there. If we want to increase the our electrical energy in our city or produce, we have to think the first four factors. First one is energy consumption, curtailment. How much consumption is there energy, how much we have to require. This is the first one. Second one is to initiate a concerted effort to develop alternative sources of energy, including unconventional sources like solar, tidal, geothermal energy. If someone having a huge amount of work of electricity, so we have to say instead of electricity, you can use solar energy, geothermal energy and tidal energy. If you are using these types of others energy to do your work, so you are saving the electricity for others also, because we don't have a huge amount of electricity if the population will increase. So at the time of moment, we have to consider if we can do the solar or tidal or geothermal energy, instead of we are using electricity, we can saving for electricity for ourselves also and others also. Third one is re-energy, including unconventional sources. Third one is recycling of nuclear waste. Whatever the nuclear waste is, we have to think and we have to see it is a nuclear waste is there. We have to recycle the nuclear waste, then we can easily generate or save the electricity. Fourth one is development and application of anti-pollution technique. We have to see how much development required for electricity and how much application of anti-pollution techniques is required for electricity. Then only we can easily save or proper use for electricity. Now this is only for electric energy or energy. After second one is power. As you know the power, how is power is generated with the different things are there with the help of mechanical fluid, with the flowing of fluid, or with the help of mechanical component we are generating the power, and the power is supplying for direct current. After that the alternated current will comes our home appliance. At that you know that power, what is power. As here we are discussing some more about the power. Any physical unit of energy when divided by unit of time automatically become a unit of power. However, it is a connection within a mechanical and electrical form of energy. The terms of power is generally used. Whatever the energy is generated with, that energy is having a unit. That unit comes under from power. The rate of production or consumption of heat energy and to a certain extent of radiation energy is not ordinary thought of as power. Whatever the rate of consumption or production of heat energy as well as a certain extent of radiation energy is not ordinary thought of a power. Power is primarily associate. This is one type of associate with mechanical work and electrical work. With the help of power, we can move the mechanical component in static condition to dynamic condition. So electrical, or with the electrical energy, the electrical energy should have the power supply. Then only the electrical energy will work on any component like mechanical component. Therefore the power can be defined at the rate. That's why the power can be defined. Here the main definition of the power. The power can be defined as a rate of flow of energy and can state that the power plant in a unit bulb. Power we can define how much the electricity is supplied at the rate of flowing of energy. How much the energy is supplying from one sources to other sources. That is a power in the bulk unit or single unit for production and how much delivery for mechanical component and electrical component. Like sources of energy. Here we are discussing about the various sources of energy. This is the first part of introduction. In that introduction, first unit, where we are finding the sources of energy. If we want to generate from one power station, first of all we have to know the power. What is power plant engineering, or what is power station? Just now we discuss about that. Next, we are already discuss about energy or power. What is power? Next, here the sources of energy. Where the sources of energy will comes either naturally or either we are prepared. So naturally, what are the sources of energy is there? With the help of natural sources, what we will do? We have to know. First, we will discuss where we are finding the normal or natural resources of energy, and where we are at the requirement, our requirement of production, how much we are producing the energy or where we are producing. This is also important for us. So the various sources of energy. Fuel. It comes under solid, liquid and gases. Solids comes coal, coke, anthracite, etc. Liquid like petroleum or else and its derivatives, as well as the gas, natural gas, blast furnace gas, etc. These are the conventional sources. You know already what is conventional. Like this, the fuel is conventional sources, and non-conventional sources of energy comes under energy stored in water. How much energy stored in water? Nuclear energy, wind power, solar, tidal, geothermal, thermoelectric power. These are the non-conventional. Like liquid to liquid transferring of energy. Fuel. What is fuel? First we have to discuss about the fuel. What is fuel? Fuel comes under either a chemical or either a nuclear. Maybe a chemical or nuclear. But in that your syllabus we are considering only a chemical fuel. A chemical fuel is a substance which releases heat energy on combustion. Wherever the combustion will take place, the heat energy will be generated, and that energy is releasing from the combustion chamber. This is the basic fundamental we are already discussed in thermal engineering lab 2. The principal constituent element of each fuel are carbon and hydrogen. The principle of the chemical fuel is for each carbon and hydrogen atom. So a sulfur is combustible element too, but the presence in the fuel is considered to be undesirable. If we are considering in the fuel carbon and hydrogen or sulfur, these are the elements present in the fuel, but it's considered, but it's not desirable. What is the classification of fuel? Fuel can be classified into two parts. They occur in nature called primary fuel. If the fuel comes under the natural resources, that is the primary fuel. Prepared by a secondary fuel. Whatever the secondary fuel is there, we are preparing. From the natural resources, we are only preparing. And that secondary fuel, we are using some different kinds of productions or manufacturing plants. As per our requirement, we are using the secondary fuel. Second one is they are in solid, liquid or gas state. Like the fuel will becomes in solid state, liquid state, gas state. In upper side we are already discussed in conventional part. Types, the detailed classification of fuel can be given in summary form as below. This is the summary. Type of fuel: solid, natural resources and natural primary, wood, peat, lighting coal, prepared secondary, coke, charcoal, briquettes, liquid petroleum, and that liquid so many different types of with the help of petroleum we can produce the different types of secondary fuel like gasoline, kerosene, fuel oil, alcohol, benzene oil, shell oil, gases, natural gas. With the help of natural gas we can produce the artificial secondary fuels like petroleum gas, producer gas, coal gas, coke oven gas, blast furnace gas, carbureted gas or solar gas. These are the secondary fuels. Now we will discuss about what is solid fuel. In that solid fuel, coal, peats, lighting and brown coal, bituminous coal, semi-bituminous coal, semi-anthracite, anthracite, wood, charcoal and coke. These are the different types of solid fuel as per our requirement and for production or manufacturing at the time of movement we can consider the solid fuel. First of all, what is coal? You know? Anyone knows what is coal? Coal, it is the main constituent are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen, sulfur, moisture. Coal having carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and moisture and ash. With the help of these all things and including the coal will be manufacturing. This is not after producing of burning of wood the coal will produce. That the coal is different. But here the coal which we are producing the coal. This coal it's with the help of this carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and moisture and ash. With the help of these all things we are producing the coal and pass through the different stage. The different stages are there for formation of this coal and these stages are enumerated and discussed below. These are the stages. Whatever the stages are there here, these are the different stages are there to forming a coal. Peat, lighting and brown of coal, bituminous, semi-bituminous coal, semi-anthracite, wood, charcoal, coke. What is the first stage? That is a peat. There is a dry. Here the coal contain a huge amount of moisture and there is a dry condition and 1 to 2 months before it is put to use, it is used as a domestic fuel. Before using of this type of coal, we are using first of all for domestic purpose. In Europe we are using domestic purpose and for power generation. For Russia, peat type of coal for using for power generation. In India it does not come in the category rise of good fuel. Because of India, we are not considering this type of coal fuel is sufficient for us in any category. Lighting and brown coal. These are intermediate state between the peat and coal. This is one type of coal between peat and coal. Intermediate, we can say that this intermediate stage, having a woody or often and clay-like appearance association with a high moisture. Because of its having a high moisture and high ash and low heat content. That's why it's an intermediate stage. Lighting are usually amorphous in characters and impose a transport difficulty as they break easily. Because of lighting factor, we are using for amorphous purpose and impose transport whatever the difficulties are there to break easily. They burn with a smoky flame. This type of fuel, whenever we are using this type of fuel, we can see that after burning smoky flame, some of this type are suitable for local use only. This type of fuel we can consider our in India also for local or domestic purpose. What is bituminous coal? It's a burn with a long yellow. If the bituminous coal burn, we can see that the long yellow and smoky flame it is also having a smoky flame, but compared to the lighting and brown coal, it's having a high percentage of violet matter. The average calorific value also, that the average calorific value of bituminous coal is 31,350 kilojoule per kg, and it may be of two types, namely caking or non-caking. These are the two types for high percentage of bituminous coal. What is semi-bituminous coal? It is a softer than the anthracites. It's burn. If the anthracite part of the coal is burned in a very small amount of time, it gives the slowly smoke, and it contains 15 to 20 percentage of violet matter. Compared to bituminous coal, it's a less one and has a tendency and is having a tendency after that 15 to 20% of violet matter color, definitely it will break into a small pieces during storage of transportation. Next is one semi-anthracite. What is semi-anthracite? It has a less fixed carbon and less lustrous as compared to true anthracites. In true anthracites having more carbon and having more lustrous. Semi-anthracites having less carbon and less lustrous. That's why it gives a longer and more luminous flame when burned. That's why if we are burning the semi-anthracites fuel, it gives longer smoke or longer flame burns. What is anthracite? It's a very hard coal. It's a very hard coal and it gives a shining black luster. It ignited slowly unless the furnace temperature is high. Like we are using we are using some black charcoals are there. We are using the black charcoals instead of normal charcoals. If we are giving the fire of black charcoals, it gives the wrinkles of stars and suddenly it will burn. So that type of charcoal is anthracites. That the calorific value is also high, 35,000 kilojoules per kg, and is very suitable for steam generation. Wherever we are generating the steam, it's a very useful for steam generation. What is wood charcoal? It's obtained by destructive distillation of food. During the process of violet matter, the water are totally expelled, and the physical properties of residue charcoal, however, depend upon the rate of heating temperature. Whatever the physical properties are there, it's only depending upon the rate of heating and temperature. How much the rate of heating is there and how much the temperature is there. As per the rating of heat and temperature, remaining part of the physical property is the same. If it is increased, it will be melted. What is the last one is coke. Coke, it is consists of carbon mineral. It's having a carbon minerals matter with the about 2% having sulfur, also small quantity of hydrogen. Here the coke fuel having less hydrogen and 2% of sulfur and having some carbons also, nitrogen and phosphorus also there. It's a solid coal and residue left after the destructive distillation of certain kinds of coal. Means it's like a solid structure and it will be melted or it will reduce after, if it is destructive distillation is there, any distillation is there, it will be destructive and it gives the smokeless and clear fuel. Whenever this type of fuel will burn, but it's not give any smoke and can be produced as several processes. We can with the help of small quantity of coke fuel, we can produce a several process. It's mainly used in blast furnace. That's why this type of fuel gives compared to other fuels more mileage, like blast furnace to produce heat and at the same time to reduce iron also. Now we will discuss analysis of coal. What is analysis of coal? How we can analysis of coal and how we can judge with the suitable coal for our requirement for production. If I am requiring for any production with the help of coal, which one is better for me and which is suitable for our production, we have to know. So and how we can judge the quality of production, quality of coal. So with the help of analysis of coal, we can easily check which one is better for us. The following two types of analysis is there for coal. First one is approximate analysis and second one is ultimate analysis. What is approximate analysis? Here the approximate analysis, we can consider the individual element or not determinate element, only the percentage of moisture and violet matter, fixed carbon and ash determined. If some type of coal fuels, percentage of moisture, every coal fuels having different types of things, but we are only considering how much percentage is there, how much moisture contain is, how much percentage of moisture is there, how much difference of violet matter is there, and how much fixed carbon is there, and how much quantity of ash. These are the things we are determined. Example, 4.5 percentage of moisture, violet matter 5.5, fixed carbon capacity 20.5 percentage. These types of analysis we can easily done with the help of peroximide analysis. Ultimate analysis means the percentage of various elements are determined, like or else we can say that instead of beyond this moisture and violet matter or fixed carbon, we can determining the different elements capacity also, like carbon 90%, like carbon 90%, or hydrogen 2%, oxygen 4%, nitrogen 1%, sulfur 15%, and ash 1.5%. These are the different elements percentage capacity. We are describing this percentage capacity in ultimate analysis. This type of analysis is usually for combustion calculation. We are using this type of analysis in combustion. Wherever the combustion takes place, we are using this type of analysis things. What are the properties of coal? First, we are already discussed the different types of coal fuel, and different types of coal fuel having different properties also. So that properties also is an important part of our chapter. That's why I am considering this part. So here the important properties of coal are given below. First one is energy content or heating value. How much energy is there, and how, or else we can say that how much heat is there. Sulfur content. How much the sulfur content is there for particular coal fuel. Burning characteristics. How much capacity of burning. Grindability. What is grindability? We will discuss later about that grindability. Weatherability. Ash softening temperature. How much ash softening is there with that temperature? These are the 6 properties of coal. If the properties of 6 coal is good, we can easily considering the coal fuel for production side or any work. A good coal should have this. If the coal is good, means the coal having some factors, low ash content and high calorific value. Means low ash content is low and calorific value is high. If it is calorific value is high, it gives the flame compared to others more sufficient time, or we can say that the long time. Some long difference between normal coal time to complete totally burn, and this coal will be gives sufficient time for the our any work. Small percentage of sulfur. If it is sulfur is less, it is also good. Good burning characteristics. Should be burned freely without agitation, so that the combustion will be complete. If it is sulfur content less and high calorific value, definitely the coal will be burned in good condition. Ranking of coal. ASME and ASTM have accepted specification based on the fixed carbon and heating value of of the mineral matter free analysis. These are the two different rankings. If it is coal capacity or specifications are good, we can consider the this type of coal is good and this type of coal is not good. Higher ranking is done on the basis of fixed carbon. If we are considering the 4 different types of coal fuel, if in that 4 For coal fuel, capacity of the carbon is different. In that, for coal fuel, number one is number one, number two, number three, number four is first one is having highest carbon capacity compared to other. Like that we are considering. Lower ranking means it is on the heating value on moist base. If the coal if the coal is generating less heat, that is a lower ranking value. Example, 62% of carbon and calorific value of 5,000 is a ranked as 62 to 500 rank. For example, we are considering here 62 percentage of carbon. Here 62% of carbon and 5,000 calorific value is the rank as 62 to 500 rank. Rank is inherent property of the fuel depending upon the relative progressive in the classification process. Generally, we are giving the rank. There is no rank actually, but we are giving the rank as per the property level and as per the burning condition and how much the heat energy is releasing. As per the heat energy and as per the capacity of carbon, we are giving, and we are giving means proper priority. First priority, second priority, third priority. Like that, the coal fuel we are giving. Grinding of coal fuel. Grinding of coal fuel is done as the following basis. If size, ash content, sulfur content, heating value, ash, softening temperature, that these are the factor. Then we can easily grinding of coal fuel. Example, grate width of 5 to 10 centimeter, 5,000 AS F24 S1 say 0.6. This is one type of grade. Indicate the coal as having a grade. Different types of coal having different grade. But we are just I am giving to you to know about the grade percentage. If it is a coal fuel value is 5 to 10 centimeter, the coal grade is this one. Heating value is 5,000. Ash content 8 to 10%. Ash softening temperature 2400 to 2590 Fahrenheit. And the sulfur content of 1.4 to 1.6 percentage. A rank and grade of coal give a complete report of material. Thus the following are the rank and grades of coal described below. These are the different type of capacity level, and this is about this type of capacity level the grade will be there. And what is liquid fuel? Just we are discuss about the solid fuel. The second one is liquid fuel, and after that we will discuss about the gases also. So in the next class we will discuss about the liquid fuel. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.